Welcome to Slaughterhouse Stories. I hope you enjoy the story I have for you tonight. The Cruel Sister. There lived a lady by the North Sea shore. 2 daughters were the babes she bore. One grew as fair as in the sun, so cold dark grew the elder one. A knight came riding to the lady's door. He traveled far to be their wooer. He courted one with gloves and rings, but the other one he loved above all things. "Oh sister, sister, won't you walk with me to see the ships sail over sea?" And as they walked the windy shore, the dark girl pushed her sister over. Sometimes she sank, sometimes she swam, crying, "Sister, reach to me your hand. Oh sister, sister, please let me live, and all that's mine I'll surely give. It's your own true love I want and more, that thou shalt never come ashore." And as she floated like a swan, the salt sea bore her body on. 2 minstrels walked by the windy strand. They saw her body float to land. They made a harp of her breastbone, whose sound would melt a heart of stone. They took 3 strands of her yellow hair, and with them strung this harp so rare. They took this harp to her father's hall, there to play before them all. But when they set the harp upon a stone, it began to play alone. The first song sang a doleful sound. The bride her younger sister drowned. The second string, when this they tried, in terror sits the black-haired bride. The third string sang beneath their bow, and now her tears will surely flow. At the end of the line. Destiny willed that humanity would find nothing but dust and thorns amidst the squall. From the tree's hollow we crawled, the truth of our origins were forced to haul. Finding comfort among the mass, together we choked on reality's toxic gas. Stripped of all identity, we melded into one entity, and united we breathed in serenity. I once realized that I too was part of the flies, only to be drowned out by the deafening roar of their cries. Hymns praising our divine defendant, portrayed resplendent and transcendent, ringing from the mouth of my descendant. But the truth is never pure in the eye of the sleuth. I was made to down, made to tread the unholy round, made to survive amidst knowledge's drown. Humanity has established a great empire of false hope, supplementing truth for naive idealism to help them cope. The despair of creation I now know, and with enlightenment I glow. The error of our ways I want to show. I contemplated how to pierce their warped illusion, and in the knife's mirror edge I saw the conclusion. As I messily burrowed into my brother's skin, I asked, "What have I become?" with a mad grin, praying that humanity would finally wake up to our sins. For the reason we all breed, plead, and bleed is because we choke out reality with self-deceit's weeds. My family looked at what I had done, the weight of my actions bearing down on them like the sun. The tears my brother had shed were in their stead, and upon similar sacrifices we were led. Saints, martyrs, and innocents alike give their bodies for society to tread. My family was just the next string to be woven into death's grand thread. Re-emerging from deep night, I watched as they succumbed to phobias and fears. Overcome by angst, impossibility courses through their veins and their flesh shears. "My sins are too great to bear," they said through sneers. The last of them forsook me as the tears I swallow. My brethren retreated back to the hollow, to be ripped away from acceptance warmth by a mighty bird. I only wanted my voice to be heard, and now that truth has been irrevocably blurred, sour thoughts spilled in my mind. and to all reason I am blind. In a lonely cabin, the rope was strung.
Do it, just do it.
The voices in my head rung, until their commands spilled from my neurotic tongue. At the bell's final toll, I realized my true role. Revelation after revelation had shown that I was truly alone. The solution finally arrived as I sat on my throne. My brethren retreated back to the hollow. Will I follow? That's it for tonight's story. But before we end things, your favorite scary story narrator, me, I hope, would like you to check out the Slaughterhouse Stories podcast. Available at all your favorite podcast sites, so download and subscribe. And as always, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed tonight's story, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time,
Stay spooky.